Good afternoon, backseaters. It's a gloomy Wednesday. You're here with Thomas Siegelstrom and Joe Kill, who will be our chauffeur for the day.
Welcome, backseaters.
We are going to start out on the east side. Joe might have more up-to-date info on the crime. I've been gone for a week, so I'm a little out of the loop.
It's been busy. A lot of stolen cars. A lot of recoveries. A lot of stolens. I think Minneapolis in the last week had, I think, over 200 stolen vehicles, and I think 80% of them were all Kias or Hondas. So it's been very, very active.
So if you own one of those, as always, keep checking the updated info that Kia and Hyundai's putting out. See if your car qualifies. You know, it's going to keep changing as they move to newer years and different models, trying to get that fix in. So.
I would agree.
Today's been, I don't know, a little activity, right? A few stolens here and there.
Yeah.
A couple recoveries, which is always good. Let's see.
There was one stolen just about 5 minutes ago, or maybe less than a half hour ago now, over on the west side.
White Kia Seltos. It's going to be possibly followed by a red sedan. So if you see a tandem of cars, any of you St. Paulites flying around at high rates of speed, broken windows, call it in. We'd love to find those cars.
And the potholes are still bad as usual out here, so sorry for the rattling in the squad.
This is a pretty good one if you can see it. I know you guys are taking votes, but I don't know. That was a pretty deep one.
Yeah, I'd lose my car in there.
That's going to be what, Westminster and Arlington area for that one. If anyone's trying to win the contest.
33 clear, right?
Okay. New message.
347, we get one car to our location we're code for right now. Just need one or two more before we make contact.
So it looks like the weather's starting to tease us. It's going to start getting into the, what, 30s, high 30s, 40s?
It's supposed to be a nice weekend, I think. It's supposed to be in the 40s.
Getting rid of some of the snow. But it is Minnesota. We'll probably have another huge snowfall before it's all done.
358, can you submit that to please?
Windows intact. Oh,
330.
330.
This stop is going to be related, just because of the history with the occupant and this address. So if you can clear that out, white male, going to 5, and then show me back out at the address. I think the registered owner's on the scene there.
Copy.
I just heard that radio call. That's someone clearing his traffic. You can either clear it via the radio, clear it on your computer. You know, I do it on my computer. I guess it all depends.
Yeah.
When and why.
It's about 50-50 for me.
Takes up less airtime doing it on the computer. You can just tell dispatcher clear of your traffic via CAD. What else is new, Kill? What'd I miss? I know you said there was a string of carjackings last week, which has been covered.
Yep. Not just a ton of stolens. It's been busy. It's been extremely active during the day and at night.
Yeah, we always expect nicer weather brings more activity. It's kind of expected. So we'll be out here doing what we can.
hopefully we'll find one for you.
As always, any questions, throw them on the comments. We'll try to answer them. See what we can come up with today. Like I said, there's a white Kia Seltos, busted out window, red sedan, driving with it. That would have been what, West District of St. Paul, I believe.
Yeah. Yep.
Not much pending in the calls right now. A lot of calls for service. Let's see. What else is going on in the county?
Not a whole lot.
Not much. Which is good. What's the craziest police chase you've ever had, Kill?
There's been a few. There's been a lot. I think the craziest one was you and I were in.
Which one?
Would have been probably the carjacking ones that we located over off of Maryland.
Oh yeah, that was about an hour ordeal. That was what, the first couple months of our unit?
Yeah.
It was, I want to say, what was it was it January 2022? Roughly in there.
There were two people doing a string of carjackings in the metro area, and Thomas and I ended up locating the vehicle and pursued it, went all over the place from here to Minneapolis, back into St. Paul, and into West St. Paul, then into Cottage Grove, West St. Paul, turned around, came back into St. Paul, and then
ended where it started.
Ended right where it started.
That one, we couldn't have done it without high rate cams. The operator that night kept us in it. It was a what was the car? It was an Audi TT. It was a, what do they say, Quattro? It was a coupe, little two-door coupe. A lot faster than any car we can deploy, and the cameras essentially kept it on when it exited and getting on the freeway. So there's a few times, I mean, it did lose us. It was blacking out, driving probably excess. He says, what did he say, 140, 150 the guy said he got it up to. Joe Kill ran out of gas.
Had to get gas during the chase,
which can happen over an hour-long ordeal. And every time we lost it, they brought it back to us. So, 2 in custody. I think both of those cases went federally. They're adults. And I believe they're probably in federal custody at this moment.
I think they both got, 10 years.
And then Heidi, can you really tell when drivers are not wearing their seatbelts? Yes. Obviously, it depends on the angle and such, but that's when you're out looking for traffic, we can tell.
3:30.
You shouldn't really be driving without one anyways, because why would you want to risk it?
This on assist with 333 Tango and 336. You show me out on road.
How do we call a stolen sighting or crazy speeding driving in St. Paul, Ramsey County? You can call 911. They do have a non-emergency number you can look up. Let's see. Should know that off the top of my head. Call non-emergency is 651-767-0640. As I've said,
403.
Definitely think it's one of our biggest tools when civilians call in these sightings, because it helps us get to the area. And if you guys, there's another condition called dangerous condition, or you guys see a vehicle that busted out window and called in with the 5 minutes of the original call, helps us track their direction of travel and try to pinpoint maybe where they're going, or grid down an area and search for the cars. So it's always appreciated. I love them when they pop up because it gives us a lot more chances at finding these vehicles. One guy, Bobby, says we can use his Corvette next time.
Well, let's do it.
You ever someone's wondering if we ever ticketed someone for littering.
Ticketed for littering?
Yeah.
I have personally not ticketed anybody for littering.
I've dealt with illegal dumping. People dump in, apartment dumpsters, or you believe it or not, someone will take a couch and just throw it in someone's yard or dump it out of the back of their vehicle. So I've dealt with those calls a lot. A lot of the times they're at businesses or apartments, but never personally saw someone littering and given them a ticket.
I have made people pick up litter that they have dropped or thrown out the window in lieu of a ticket, but never a littering ticket. But I would.
Yeah, absolutely. I know Under Sheriff Mike Martin did it, especially when it's so blatant. I was in Florida for a week, and I came back way too early, I think.
Yeah, how was that?
It was good. It was brought my wife and 3 kids, and in-laws came along, and weather was nice. We got a few 80-degree days and then a few mid-60s, which we did some park days. That was nice.
And I was gone the week before with Molly and Bimini. Shout out to the Bimini cops out there, and we met. It was awesome.
Where's Bimini?
Bimini is in the Bahamas. It's a little island.
That's outside my price range.
It was amazing. Shout out to those officers that work out there in Bimini.
Did you guys do any excursions when you get off the cruise?
Yeah, we actually swam with the pigs.
With the what?
With the pigs.
With the pigs.
Actual NASA,
pigs?
Yeah, we swam with actual pigs. It's a thing. It was actually pretty cool.
Pigs can swim.
They can swim, definitely.
Were they touching, or they're actually swimming?
Oh, they're swimming.
Their little legs?
They're
And you didn't bring any pictures or videos back.
I got some. They're good. Swimming with the pigs.
I will have to keep that in mind.
Did you go to all the parks?
No, we just did Universal this time. We've done Disney a bunch. We had fun, but I definitely would not go back unless I had teenagers. It was my middle child loves rides. He went on the Harry Potter hippogriff roller coaster, which is super fast, given he's only 40 inches tall, and he would ride any ride, and he can only ride a handful at these parks because of his height. So now it's nice to sit by the pool, get a tan, well-needed tan after a winter in Minnesota.
No one's getting a tan right now out here.
Wow. We have someone watching from the Bahamas. Monique.
What part of the Bahamas?
What part of the Bahamas? Joe's wondering. I'm not going to try to pronounce your last name because my last name is long and confusing too, and I don't want to mess it up.
contact with the resident.
Copy. Attempting contact with resident.
Say that. You just said it.
NASA.
Oh.
NASA.
Yeah.
She lives in NASA.
Yeah. I did get a break from Minnesota, but it is home. It's tough to come back. It's tough to get back into work mode, and you know, vacation is like a break from reality.
You can send me the 239.
But here we are. Baseball season starting. When's opening day up here? April.
It's coming up in a couple weeks.
Yeah. Yeah, my kid starts coach's pitch here soon.
Those fields are going to be muddy.
Yeah, I mean, they'll push it out if the fields don't dry out. Last year they had to.
3 ready. Send me that ship. Kathy, 3
I wonder if we're going to get any flooding this year.
It doesn't look too bad. I mean, a lot of the warm weather days we've had has kind of brought a lot of that snowfall down. I did see a news article.
I don't know what time Harking is out.
I don't know. Was it Eden Prairie or something like that? They had such a big snow pile, they called it like Mount Eden Prairie or something like that.
Was that where that cart was on top of the mountain?
Yeah, the Target cart was sitting up on top of it. But that's one of the good things living in Minnesota, especially. I never grew up in a cul-de-sac. My wife did. And plow trucks pile up a huge hill in the middle of the cul-de-sac, and you get your fun out of that. Got a lot of people watching from all over. Colorado, Ontario, Homer, Alaska.
Homer. Bucket list. I want to go to Alaska so bad.
One of our awesome Intel guys, April 6th at Target Field versus Houston, opening day. Well, I don't know if that's opening. That's our first game here. Not sure if they have an away game first, but can't say I watch the Twins as much as I used to. I love baseball. I love playing it. Softball. It's definitely, it's tough to sit down and watch a full 9 innings of a game.
Did you watch the hockey game last night?
The Wild, yeah.
And
2-1. Matt Boldy. I could sit and watch every hockey game.
Yeah.
My kid loves it. It's if you've never been to an NHL game or even a college hockey game, it is one of the best sporting experiences you can experience, especially the XL. I think the XL is an awesome venue. I don't think there's a bad seat in that place. Yeah, that's on my bucket list. Own some type of ticket package for the Wild. But
5671.
wait till my kids are a little older.
Put me out of service on an admin detail. Copy.
Again, you're riding with myself, Thomas Siegelstrom, and then Joe Kill, who is the driver for today. So if we hit potholes, we get to blame him.
I'm trying to avoid them all, but it's kind of tough down here.
Yeah. Some streets you're gonna hit one. It's Wheelock. I think there's a spot off Wheelock just to the east of Payne there, and it's horrible. We should try it. That might be a contender.
I think that's
But if it's like multiple potholes that fly fishing, that'd be fun.
yes.
I have an old fly fishing rod, my dad's old one, but never got to use it yet.
You could have a cat team meeting out there.
Yeah, Yep. Take a week. You probably need. Her grandpa had to fly up and rescue her. She must have been a teenager then. She claims she's fish than I'll ever catch in my life.
On Coney Road D, Permit 305, phone call request.
Kyle?
Is that Kyle?
Yeah.
New message. New message. New message.
Well, you guys posting that you're from the UK and Ireland, you're making me jealous. I'd love to visit one day. There is a lot of potholes. Will they fix them by summer? Hopefully. It's usually a road construction season.
Seatbelt's behind them.
Is it?
Yeah.
Did you run it? What's the
2260, send me the Carjacking call.
New message. Media alert. New message.
clear out? See, pull up, see if I can see that. Might have bad plates on it. It's matching, but it's just weird.
New message.
Seatbelt's stuck behind them.
Yeah. Sorry about that. We were just looking to a car. Couple gave us a couple tells that we have come to notice with stolen vehicles behavior. Certain ways they position things in a vehicle. We're not going to give those tips away, but kind of alerted us to something to check out. Ended up being nothing. Vehicle came back clear, but yeah. Have you guys ever drove the Durango or just a Tahoe? We are not in a Tahoe. We're in a Durango right now. Our department deploys a handful of different police vehicles. Tahoes are nice squads, especially for Water Patrol, K9.
Center 3460 cars for VOR, eastbound 694 at Century.
320, 28E in Little Canada.
I'm definitely impartial to the Durangos. Used to love the Chargers when they were the V8 all-wheel drive. Those things, it's right there. Those things are sweet.
Yeah, I had an Explorer before, a Durango. I think hands down this Durango is much more of a vehicle.
I told you that before you got it.
I know.
He wanted a new Explorer, but I told him.
Yeah,
Durango's where it's at.
$92.51.
1965 Ivy Lane for an animal complaint for a raccoon in the Pollard's backyard. She thinks it was sick near the shed.
Copy.
1423.
Taro's wondering about paracord keychains. You know, it's always just any cop gets stopped and thanked or kind words, whatever it may be. We just appreciate the thought, Tara.
Absolutely.
I used to have one of those paracord bracelets. Forgot, I think it broke. But those things are awesome. I know you can do a lot with paracord. But it sounds like you give those out to your local law enforcement. I bet they appreciate that. Like I said, that's the biggest compliment we can get, just being stopped, and quick thank you. Lets us know that you guys out there appreciate us being out here.
Absolutely. Still a very light cow load.
1425.
Yeah, not much. 2 calls and pending throughout the whole county. It's a good sign. As always, we want light call load because that means crime is minimal. Vang, the weather is 32 degrees here and cloudy right now. As always, this is the CAT team. We do carjacking and auto theft. We are currently digging to see what we can find, checking known areas or areas we know stores to frequent.
Not sure, I was looking at it. I wasn't late. That's right, I learned that from that brief.
Currently over off the Sunray area, Sunray Shopping Mall. Right now, Old Hudson, Burns. For any of you that are familiar with St. Paul, I know I see the comments all the time. Why would you say where you're at? Well, you guys can see where we're at, so we like to at least, for the people that aren't familiar with St. Paul, kind of familiarize them with the area. As always, we got other cat guys out doing their thing, so it's not hindering anything. Telling you guys where we're at.
Notified. She's currently hanging onto the railing. 151 Little Canyon.
One thing I'm always curious, right? And if there's anyone around the country, I'm always curious to see what the are stolen cars frequent. You got other big metro areas, carjackings. If you are, throw where you're from. I'm always curious to see what's the trend throughout the country. We do a bunch of conferences and meetings with throughout the average citizen.
You hear about it?
Yeah. Or do any of you guys have carjacking units like ours where you're from? I know Chicago has one. We were at a conference last year and they did a presentation. It was pretty awesome to see how they've developed their unit. It's a pretty big operation. Sounds like they utilize their own helicopters from what my understanding.
Yep.
Which
several at a time.
You know, and they need to send someone for flight school.
Coming up at 12.
A volunteer.
And black jacket.
Calls that.
SRP.
Oh.
Hanging off the bridge.
328, 10-6.
Taylor, you do not have a CAT team in your unit. LAPD for sure does.
LAPD does.
Sounds like it. Sounds like California, San Diego, San Francisco jackings. Those California, do you guys, is there to combat? Where have you seen about? Because that's definitely probably one of the scariest situations to be put in. Robberies, carjackings. Yeah, I would hate for that to happen to anyone I know, because that could definitely traumatize someone for life. It's a long-lasting
traumatic event. It's,
Yep.
terrible. No one should have to go through it.
David wants to know if it's weird to wave at an officer when you're driving. No.
We get waved to all the
Yeah.
time.
As long as you're not making funny faces at us. No, I mean, I try to teach my kid when we're out he's 5 and he loves seeing different policemen. I try to make sure he'll like say hi. I try to make it a habit that he goes up to them and, you know, it gets their attention, because you do run into people who are nervous to come talk to us or say hi. You know, most cops are sons, daughters, brothers, husbands. We're just like everybody else. State Fair is a good place where we get out and talk to people. So if you're one of those people that you want to say hi to a police officer, don't be nervous. Most cops are very friendly. Norfolk, Virginia has a lot of carjackings.
Norfolk, yep. Been there.
Oh, Logan, do you, is your city or county kind of border Chicago? So I've heard about a unit that has Hellcats and Trackhawks to chase them right back towards Chicago. Wondering if that's your guys' department, because that would be awesome. Sean, it is nice when everyone waves with all their fingers. Much appreciated. that still gives me, I still chuckle at that. I don't think much gets under.
Metro 151.
Oh, to pronounce nah. Nope. Huh.
Call code for you, 22.
Someone says pronounce. It's a ding every time.
Yeah, whatever.
That's horrible. Have any of us stopped a city bus? Not a city bus, but me and Joe Kill and Kyle Williams. I successfully took down a Metro Mobility bus
That was stolen.
that was stolen. That was an interesting one. That one started off pretty early in the morning, and I want to say several jurisdictions ran into that vehicle, that Metro Mobility bus, throughout the day. There was tracking on it, so most departments discontinued. As Transit said, the vehicle had a full tank when he stole it. We ran into it, West District? Actually up in Roseville was the first time I think we spotted it, right?
Roseville, yeah.
And the guy was driving without any police cars behind it, pretty recklessly. That bus crashed into someone. They very well would have killed somebody.
He was going through alleyways. And
Yep. So we did what we do best and used our different techniques to try to block him in and grid him into an area, and eventually he realized he was not going to outpace us, and he abandoned the vehicle, and we arrested him a block or two away from the bust. One of our commanders spotted him, and we've dealt with that guy since. A couple months later, he stole a vehicle south of the cities, was pursued by, was it Washington County?
yeah, rammed to Washington County.
Yep, rammed to Washington County Sergeant, I believe.
Yeah.
They pursued him up into St. Paul, northbound 35B, where they had to discontinue. State patrol high-rate cams kept it in sight again. We got in the area, found it in Roseville in a neighborhood. We went to conduct a stop, and he decided he was going to ram Joe Kill. And incidentally, that individual drove that car into a retaining wall, was taken into custody. So we run into a lot of repeat offenders. I would be curious how many times the top person we've arrested. What do you think? 3 or 4 times probably? Just us? Just our unit?
Well, at least, yeah.
Yeah. So I'm not including the rest of our department or other county suburbs, but we're familiar with a lot of faces, and you get to know them on a first name basis sometimes.
We definitely do.
We do operate in unmarked vehicles. And we are located in, right now, capital city of Minnesota, St. Paul. We work for Ramsey County Sheriff's Office. For those just tuning in. And we are with the CAT team, carjacking and auto theft. So that is what we specialize in. That's what we focus on. We do end up dealing with other stuff as it pops up, but our primary focus is stolen vehicles.
Number 1437.
Whoa. Sounds like Toronto and Montreal has rampant car theft.
Wow.
So it's not just the U.S. That's another question. Do other countries deal with auto thefts in high numbers? If you're from Anywhere outside of the U.S.? Throw an answer on there. Does Jelly Joe's hair freeze from all the gel? You know, I asked him. I mean, some days that thing's so hard, I think he could probably knock somebody out with it. It's like a helmet. He's got nice hair. That's a good one. I think you were on baby leave. So a couple weeks ago, I think me and Chad got talking, and we're gonna hold CAT Team Olympics. Decide who the fastest CAT team member is.
Perfect.
I put my money on you, and Kyle Williams said he wagers he might outpace you, but I've seen you both run.
We've had some good sprints around here.
So, just saying, when that happens this summer and you let me down.
Even you had a good one the other day, a couple weeks ago.
Which one?
Ran all the way
Football field.
field, whatever field.
Oh yeah, vehicle. We got much for when I have to.
It's the only time I do run.
Yeah, I got one the other Friday. That was a good one because I was able to pull right up next to him, and there, it was done after that. That's the perfect. Use your vehicle.
Try to use our vehicles as long as we can.
Yeah. But we'll get all the CAT team guys into this, and we'll have kind of like they do at the Pro Bowl. Kind of have a.
We gotta make a medal.
Yeah, we'll do a bracket. Do some fence jumping.
No, fence hurdling.
Fence hurdling.
046.
All right. We'll have to go up in size. Start off small.
Me and Jelly Joe did a big fence a year and a half ago.
You both got over it?
We both got over it. Took a minute.
Did you get your guy?
We got our guy.
Seems the hot topic is definitely our potholes.
Matt, yeah,
Yeah, tell him,
Copy.
you guys love the potholes here. Some days it's like Mario Kart dodging them.
This one's really thick. I don't know.
Me and Pat the other day
Just
found
go,
the most
leave it
perfect
at home
road
with
in
work.
St. Paul.
Actually, Tony, if you want to run
Hardly
through,
move.
I think it was Stellar. We recovered that one stolen that got called in. There was another one there last week. Alright, you need me up. Alright, I'll stop over there and then from there I'll probably go back.
Robert said we could use Canine Cross to increase our speed. I'd prefer not.
Who?
I'm following them.
No. Running from the canines.
I'll bet your Cross will win.
Oh yeah, I mean that's kind of unfair though. We're gonna do humans. 'Cause if four leg, nah, I don't think that's fair. I don't want to be a chew toy for his day either, so I'd let him win just because of that fact. DJ, I haven't heard of them trying to ban canines.
Described as a black Mercedes hatchback or crossover.
There are a lot of departments that have great canine programs. St. Paul, Ramsey County. So, not that I've heard. It's a great tool for law enforcement. So, it would be disappointing to see that, but. Someone wants to see the command staff Summer Olympics. You'd have to ask someone higher than my pay grade.
Maybe that's a question for Friday night.
Yeah, well, you guys will have to ask Friday night about the command staff Olympics. Rose, Joe Kill is driving. Yeah.
Go ahead.
I do not know how you deal with
You
that.
can send me the welfare check.
I can't hear it after a while.
Just tune it out.
Yeah. But it's also nice, so you know.
Copy, was
No, I know.
listed checking 21 Morningside Drive to check the welfare of an employee who informed COP about this investigation.
Marty's asking, LOR.
330 outgoing.
I guess, I don't know what you mean by LOR. Maybe LPR?
Thank you.
You do have a license plate reader currently.
New message. New message. New message. New message. New message.
Yeah, my car does have a license plate reader. It's awesome. Works great.
New message.
I'll let you keep it because that dinging is getting on my nerves. I've only been in here for 40 minutes.
Oh, it's not that bad.
I imagine you get used to it, but something satisfying about running a plate and find. Yeah, yeah.
671 clear.
New message.
LPRs are great when we're canvassing big parking lots, things like that. Great for recovery.
did it.
It did it.
Can you look me out, Kat?
Yeah, Minnesota having front and rear plates, I believe helps, because I go to somewhere like Florida and that you're at a disadvantage with just a rear plate. Oh, oh, oh.
This guy's gonna get stopped here.
All right. So, huge no-no when a school bus has its stop sign out, you stop. That's one of my biggest pet peeves, because little kiddos are getting off the school bus, and that stop sign's there for a reason. Joe Kill's just talking to him a little bit more. We're gonna see if his information checks out.
Your incident has been updated. New message. New message.
just go up a little bit.
Metro.
113.
Okay, shift after.
Afternoon, 1454.
We'll deal with it. Bye.
$63.01.
6301.
Duty, my post is 18679, replacing 6201, who's made it to EOT.
Copy.
Metro.
630. Afternoon, 1456.
Nova for Clearport.
Copy.
Your incident has been updated.
It's a felony?
2266 Tango.
Call my girlfriend and get the car, man. Tell me
Tango.
This is Medic 1045 Tomlin Avenue, and
My
short
girl-
you at Midwest Special Services on a 58-year-old having a seizure.
616, copy.
314.
Yeah.
Afternoon, 1457.
2759.
2759.
I'm out.
2751. Where you got one custody code for?
Your incident
Copy.
has been
4266.
Girl, can somebody...
We will. We'll talk to you, man. Have a seat.
AG that you need from inside.
Last spot.
Good Bravo
Whose
351. I
vehicle
was
is
looking
it?
for the other
It's in my girlfriend's
squad
name
there
right
coming
now.
to
I just
start
dropped the
today.
vehicle. I
I'm
haven't
gonna
transferred the
find it.
title name, so it's still in the guy's name, man. I live right there on Rainy, bro. I'm just trying to get some
I understand that,
cigarettes.
but you're canceled it.
I haven't done anything, bro.
You
5281.
ran a stop sign.
I
and a
didn't
school
run
bus.
the stop
Yes, you did.
sign.
Stop.
5281.
Stop. Okay. So
That's
ran
the
that,
Motto
and your
2618
license is
Charlotte
canceled,
Street
yes.
North phone call request.
And that's
vehicle
what I'm
broken
working on right
Sunday.
now. That's what I'm saying, sir. I
Yeah.
need to have the car to get my license
I
back.
understand that, but you cannot be driving around with that status of your license, right?
I'm not doing anything, sir.
The keys in the car.
No, you're fine now, man, but we have to take you. We are taking you on this. You have a canceled IPS license, man. That's nothing to
Bro,
play around
I'm a
with.
damn near go to prison for
You're
this
not
shit.
going to, it's a gross misdemeanor.
Yes, I'm on parole. I'm on probation.
I understand that.
This
but,
is gonna fuck me totally, man.
unfortunately, you have to deal with that. But I actually need you to put your feet in. Today, you got to deal with that. You chose
So-
to drive. All right?
Can you,
I just talked
okay.
to find myself.
We're going to work with you, so we have to first verify whose car it is, okay?
23 also.
So once you put your feet in, I can deal with that. Good? All right.
Sure.
558.
Hi, for shift.
Afternoon, 1459.
we're ready whenever you are on our end. All right, sorry for being muted so long. He obviously didn't want you to hear everything he was saying. Kind of recap, as you guys saw, he went past the school bus that had a stop sign out. Big no-no. Like I said, it's a big pet peeve for myself. I know Joe Kill as well. That's definitely one every day we're gonna stop.
We both have kids, and you have to pay attention to those school bus arms.
In addition, he had some issues with his license. Which is why we unfortunately had to detain him today. He will be going and getting booked for that. It's called cancel IPS, inimical to public safety. It's a gross misdemeanor. We explained it to him. He was, a little upset at first, confused why we stopped him. We explained everything. Went into some detail. I think he gets it now. We're not, unaware of the issues of how hard it is to get your license back. I know you have to go through some hoops, but when your license is that status, you gotta take care of business before getting on the road. So
yeah, can't be driving.
Rule 6 a copy.
So he got transferred off to one of our partners, and they'll take care of that end. We appreciate it, as always.
Sorry, go again.
Try to get a car inflow case, please.
Copy.
Yeah, so we got partners sitting on the tow, and one took custody of him. So, a nice guy. I mean, like he said, he's explaining some hardships he's going through dealing with his license. It's not always cheap to get it back, but it's not an excuse to be out driving, especially unfortunately when you're not following traffic laws. So hopefully he can get it together, get his license back, and go from there.
Yeah. And we educated him on the school bus arms.
Or any description of the gun, handgun, long gun.
204, you're on channel 3.
Thank you.
We'll get our cuffs back later.
I was walking west, all that circle.
Yeah, I know a lot of people talk about it. That's you got little babies coming off the school bus.
Or any description of the gun.
Like I told him, I don't care where you are, what side of the street, just stop. Let them get off, let the bus do what it's got to do. Once that goes back in, still make sure that, kids are clear of it, because we were all kids once. We all got kids. Sometimes they get caught up in laughter and playing with their friends, and, they are young. So, as you can see, all the school buses out on the roads right now.
I'll check to see if there's something. And the second, I guess the threat.
We did grab his phone. He has his phone back.
Okay, southbound on Agate towards Granite.
Copy.
Already cleaned.
Did you?
Mm-hmm.
Oh. It was you, Cupcake.
Copy.
All right. Back on the prowl.
Maybe blue sweater and blue jeans. White male, 49 years old.
Alright, what about fire?
provide feedback. What was the question?
What about hair color, or mustache, beard, anything like that?
I'll check with the DC.
I'm trying to find a full of them. I only have one report from 1989.
My to hold a picture.
Copy.
We are at Jackson and Magnolia, Central District, St. Paul.
Okay, white male, 49, navy blue sweater, blue jeans, has a handgun.
212.
Triple C2.
Copy. It's not going to be the guy.
You just your pants just have the tattoo and penny jumping move.
Oh, sorry about that. I'll take care of it.
Okay. And then put a squad number and send a picture.
Looks like possible suspect's name is Perry Hardesty, 5'6", 155, 49-year-old white male, light brown hair, maybe a goatee and a beard.
It's gonna be over here, yeah. It looks like St. Paul is looking for an individual. Looks like it's domestic related.
Yeah.
247 on it, comes house.
Possibly gun in his hand. Stop here, they're telling them.
Squad 347.
Looks like St. Paul's out with the comps right now.
893 Hudson
We'll just
Road.
keep checking the area.
Caller saying
247.
247.
Is King not available? This snow is going to be on foot still. He doesn't have access to a vehicle right now that they know of, but he did wave a gun at them, so he's going to be north and to the east of here.
Copy. It looks like they're all out of service for training, but I can see if they can break.
Copy.
Male pointed a gun at them. White male, last seen wearing blue sweater and jeans.
Call me 2775. I got a K9 if you need one.
Copy. I'll send it to the address 147 Sycamore. The mail went to the north and to the east.
You're hearing my dinging my seatbelt? I undid it because we are in the area where this male was last seen, so. Oh, eating a diaper.
Hey guys, I'm going to start down to Sycamore from St. Paul with this domestic. This guy's on foot. Maybe get a track started.
Feel like no work here.
Copy.
I'm going with him. We're clear. Your guys at home.
Yeah, we're in the area right now.
256. There's a male walking north on the Gateway Trail. I'm going to check this out.
That's that way. I think that's behind us. Yeah.
4436, 4441.
Johnny, I had your way in. 4436. The drone when you're out on the track. 4441.
See where?
89
blue
Century
jeans,
Avenue North.
blue sweatshirt,
Unit
blue jeans.
110 on a welfare
White
truck.
male,
There's a
49
female
to
on the
50.
caller's balcony that's distraught, crying, saying that people are after her. She did have a pocket knife in her hands. She's since dropped it on the balcony. Caller's unsure where she came from. White female, 30 years old, wearing an olive green jacket, ripped jeans.
Felt this good.
4436, copy.
No.
4441 copies. Big nice alert with her. 1522.
I got a male, dark jacket, blue hooded sweatshirt, northbound Gateway Trail, behind the school on Higgett. I can't tell if it's a white male yet. Yeah, this is probably going to be him. He's going to be coming out to the school off of Higgett. Right now he's on the east side of the school, walking out towards Higgett.
Copy, we'll call it 10-2.
7 o'clock.
You want to get here?
Yeah, I'm good.
256 is a baby blue hooded sweatshirt. He's wearing a dark jacket. Still walking west out to Higgett. Balding male. Third here. Coming out to Higgett now.
Exiting Agate.
We are back. Sorry for the delay. One in custody. A little nerve-wracking. He was going through a school. Did not have the gun on him, so our canine's going to do an article search and see what they come up with. But, you know.
How you doing?
So to update you,
what's her name?
it was a domestic situation. Male outside of a house, old friend of mom's, pointed handgun at them, and then fled on foot. Description was given out. St. Paul officer located him on the Gateway Trail, northbound, and then he cut through a school parking lot, which was where we found him and engaged with them with St. Paul officers. Not an ideal situation to find him, but he cooperated and did not have the handgun on him, but obviously he covered some ground, so Canine Cross is going to get some work in.
Yep.
Great work by St. Paul again. Great driving by Joe, put us right in the area. Was it on purpose or accidentally?
That was on purpose.
Oh, it was on purpose. But no, overall it was good. We were there. The main officer arrived. Was by himself initially. Domestics are some of the scariest calls. When it comes to those situations, people emotions run high. Unfortunately, we do hear of a lot of officer-involved shootings at domestics. So, everyone's safe this time. Suspect safe. Cooperative. Vehicle, silver Kia Sportage. Last seen this morning. Suspect left behind some drugs in a backpack while they were sitting in a vehicle. Huh. Stolen off insurance auto auctions. So, must have been car shopping, it sounds like. Yeah, Canine Cross finds it. He definitely deserves a reward. What do you think the percentage is on a fine like that? It's good question next time Tony's on. Article searches. It's a big tool that we Canine is used for. A lot of times it's guns, possibly maybe a bag of drugs thrown out a window.
They're a great tool.
They are. A lot of work. Can't say I always thought it would be cool to have a dog, you know, when I first got into it, but you see how much work that these canine officers have to put in just to get proficient, right? Because the dog is young, learning, you know, especially for a first-time canine officer, you're learning how to be a handler I talked to a lot of our canine officers. A lot of them agree it's about towards the end of your first dog going into your second one when you start to feel very confident as a handler. You're starting to grasp everything because it's, you know, you're essentially trying to learn the cues of a living, breathing animal. It's not just at work, taking care of that dog when it's home, you're training when you're home, training on your off time, giving days off up to do training. I think that's for me. What about you?
I always wanted to be a canine. It'd be fun.
Would be fun.
But it is a lot of work right now.
Alright, we're on Wheelock. I'm going to show you these potholes. Just keep going to Arcade. Curious to see if they fixed those ones yet.
I don't think they've fixed anything yet.
I've seen them out doing the patching with the, you know, trucks and the shovel. I don't know if there's parameters, what weather they can do it in, temperature.
Do me a favor and clear me out of that last event there. And you see that, let me clear it.
Yeah, I see a lot of comments on the domestics. It's something officers take serious. You know, it is tough for some people to get out of those situations, whether it's financial, but there are a lot of resources that we will hand out when we respond to these calls. It's nothing someone should have to go through, whether it's a spouse, a partner, family member. But they're tough to deal with.
1537.
Let's see.
2268.
2268.
I can take that 911. Is it like?
Yeah, 1562.
Yeah, sure. That's what I'm doing, watching you guys.
The streets so far so good,
But
but this is not the area I was talking about.
Mazda,
Yeah.
similar to Charles Union William 509, speeding in and out of traffic. Information 56.
Chris just wanted to warn us to remove our dentures before going over potholes. It looks, they've done some patching here. It looks like not a whole. See, this is just like a.
Yeah, they did.
This is like dirt biking. What are they? They
Got everybody was taking the grass. It's all
intervals.
rutted.
Yeah. Yep. They patched them. Dang. That was a pretty deep one right there. Oh, sorry. Did see a lot of comments worried about the guy we stopped in the for the bus violation about his phone. I am very aware when we put stuff on there because I have unfortunately taken a few of my kids' keepsake baby blankets or baby animals that they, you know, have to have with them everywhere, and may have put them on the top of the car when getting the kids into the seat, and they flew off. And let's say it's hard to replace those things because trying to find a perfect match that fools your child is tough. So I've done it a few different times. Not with any evidence, but definitely my kid's stuff.
He definitely has his phone.
He's got his phone.
Yeah, there's an orange cone on the ground. I got a hot spot next to it. I don't get anything. I don't get anything, but I don't get a hot spot right there.
Looks like they got a drone up. Help try to find that handgun.
for code 4.
It's a nice looking ring.
Copy, quick 453.
You direct me to it?
Come on.
Yeah.
5993.
It's almost behind that SUV, Mike. And it's about 3/4 of the way to the fence. Well.
He's got a hot spot.
Oh,
We don't have the name. We get to open it up.
By a cone or something.
Gotcha.
That's the one right there. On your side of it, towards the top of the phone is the hotspot.
when is spring break here? My kids' spring break was a couple weeks ago. I know it's different every school district. What about yours?
Mine were last week.
Last week, okay.
Have a good night, 1540.
You just touched the hotspot, so it'll take what's that paper? So sorry about that.
Bob wants to know what percentage of people lie to us. Well, I mean, we get a lot of truthful people, but not every, might be telling us the truth or
Maybe half of the
Half
truth.
truth.
Yeah. I'd say we get more half truth than people not being completely truthful.
yeah. And unfortunately, it's always up for interpretation. So that's a tough part about law enforcement. Taking a couple different stories. Essentially listening to all parties involved, looking at the scene, trying to make determinations. It's not always clean cut, especially domestics. A lot of times you get the he said, she said part, so.
Got some OG car to car. Good. Looking for 6-8. That's OG. Are you heading to the pumps right now? I am. I'd check your back door if I were you.
Of a silver Toyota Corolla that hit the handrail and is blocking the sidewalk. There you think of that?
I think so.
Medium.
2775.
Go ahead.
Negative results from the trail. Or not. In fact, the rest location.
So unfortunately, negative article search is a tough one, especially. I mean, an item that small, so.
Injuries, fence and wall, vehicle versus.
No.
I'm clear, thank you.
Vehicle versus pedestrian calls are never good.
Hopefully it was slow.
What are some of the excuses with people over? If you can think of it, we've probably heard of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
157.
I've heard it all over the board.
537,
Some people, make up any excuse. Some will argue with you.
Yeah.
Some will just say, yeah,
I was
and
wrong.
own it. That's usually it's a lot easier to deal with those traffic stops when someone's just upfront with us. discretionary for traffic stops. It always is. So yeah, I'm trying to think of the funniest one I ever had. Actually, on FTO. Phase 1. I think I ended up tagging her, but it's tough. It's tough to with some of them. It can affect people. It can affect their lives.
Insurance.
People with clean record up front, you know, more apt to give a break to than someone who's been mile-long record with speeding, all types of infractions. So it all plays into it. Do we run every plate? I don't. I look for signs.
I don't run every plate. My LPR helps me run as most plates as possible, but I don't think it's possible to run every single plate.
No. Like that string of cars we're passing right now. You can maybe on your memory if you're really good, but 2 plates.
Yeah.
Out of that, 10, 12 cars. But you definitely develop a skill set, especially just doing stolens, identifying them, and you just try to maximize your odds, and that's by just being in the right areas, right type of cars. It helps that we hear all the stolen throughout the county, other counties, so it's happened where it's just in the back of your head and you recognize a plate or recognize a vehicle. Weird.
524 Tango Squad, jumping.
I'm gonna stick to the east side to end it out. I think we're gonna go till 4. So just giving you a pre-warning. We'll end at 4 today. It's funny. You go to a gun call and we're able to just jump back and just carry on with the day.
Carry right on.
Little adrenaline dump to hype you up, and then we gotta go back and sit in a car.
Your case number 046.
Every call and every day is different.
It is. Some calls are harder to come down from. That one wasn't too bad. Actually, it wasn't bad at all. It's just the thought of having a gun in a situation always gets you on high alert, but tough ones are when fatalities are involved.
Requesting increased response that they're out with somebody who's stating someone is being held hostage. Apparently it happened in Dakota County. They're being notified, but they're in a silver Toyota Camry.
Sounds like just AOA popped in for on town. Possibly a kidnapped individual. Is that what it sounded like?
Yeah, police are out with them. Possibly somebody that was held hostage.
247 will you back until they're close
Or somebody that is or was.
1549.
We'll monitor that one.
247.
What we can do, it sounds like it's in the county at this point with the St. Paul. Race and Penn holiday might have a group of people fighting. An officer's gonna roll by and check it out and advise. 4 individuals. See if we can find anything in the last 10 minutes here. Activity just kind of died down. Smells like Cheech and Chong.
Yeah, it's pretty strong over here.
Must be having a lunch break or something.
Yeah, it's strong.
I'm trying to think what else is going on. You touched about activity still pretty high in Minneapolis. Stolen vehicles, carjackings. We're seeing them come over here. I know that occurred last weekend, right?
Yep.
Was it a carjacked vehicle or stolen that was involved in the St. Paul?
Carjacking.
Carjacked vehicle, and then involved in another one over here. So
Yep.
It's definitely helpful. A lot of the relationships we've built. I know St. Paul's got a lot of relationships with that side of the river. Because when you get sprees like that, you kind of need great coordination to try to solve those ones.
5-6 Rockville, AC1.
Heavy.
Tango, can I get a CN?
046 630.
Scott says they call that East Side air freshener. I'm going to use that next time. That's a good one.
Hold on a sec.
It's definitely strong.
06.
Can you call data, please?
Taylor, it's definitely hard to just pop on when we have chases. Would be sweet if the technology was a little better just to enable that. But
756
our goal is not to chase. You know, thanks for trying to utilize other tactics. You guys have seen it. Corral vehicles, box them in. Try to get them out of the vehicle. Safer for everyone involved. Fleeing vehicle as well. So someone's pretty. They makes her fun. We like the slow motions and no.
Preferably.
It is 3:54. Give you now 3:55. 5-minute warning. We're almost at the end of the period. Is that what they say in the wild games, right? kind of recap, you guys got to see that traffic stop? Obey all stop arms for school buses, stop signs, stoplights. If your driver's license isn't valid, stay off the road.
Get it valid before you start driving.
We hear a lot of excuses. There's no excuse to be driving with a license that's not valid. And then we dealt with Help St. Paul with their domestic.
Yep.
Fortunately, no stolens. There hasn't really been any mention of spottings. A few reports of vehicles missing since the morning. But as always, our day does not end here. We'll continue doing what we're doing after the fact. We appreciate all the kind comments, a few not so kind comments, but gives us a laugh anyhow. You know, some people are asking how long the streams last. It kind of depends. Usually we try to go for a couple hours on Wednesday. Bob and Pat are much more interesting anyways. They got a lot of fun facts to fill the void.
That's right. We don't know all the facts.
I mean, right?
New message.
Three one.
131.
You're good.
So you got a clear port 103 west and DOT. And can you show me that headquarters for a minute?
All right. What time we got? 3:58. Any last minute words for the Backseaters, Joe?
No, thanks for tuning in. It's fun having y'all with us. Hopefully you guys enjoyed a little bit of it.
As always, we always appreciate the questions.
Yeah, keep them coming. Even for next time.
Helps us keep it interesting for you guys.
21-year-old who overdosed Narcan has been
And let's see. I think we'll end it here. Call load's kind of light, so
Yeah.
we'll end it a couple minutes early. We appreciate you guys hanging in with us. You got to see a few different aspects of our job. No stolens today, though. Maybe Friday night. Got 2 days to wait. Sounds like Bob and Pat will be back out. And we'll end it here. We appreciate it. Thank you.
Thanks, Backseaters. Have a good day.